Forever. Dog.
Welcome to The Chop with Latrice and Manila,
where we give you the weekly recap and rundown of our favorite movies. Who's on top?
and who gets the chop?
Manila.
Latrice Royale.
I'm feeling extra glamorous tonight.
Giving everything you got, trying to make it to the top. Never ever gonna stop, even if you get the chop, 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 chop. Girl, you got the chop.
Don't be bitter, bitch. Just make them eat it, honey.
Let's chop it up.
Woohoo! Welcome to the movie club, honey. We are doing it today. I'm excited about this film.
Yes, we are watching Last Holiday from 2006, starring Queen Latifah and LL Cool J. That's a good cast.
Them lips.
We got Georgia Bird, played by Queen Latifah, Sean Matthews, her co-worker at the department store, LL Cool J, Chef Didier, played by the hilarious Gerard Depardieu, and lots of other familiar faces.
I am, this is my first time seeing this.
What?
Yeah, girl, let me tell you what had happened. See, I be watching Family Guy, and because they had a bit on Family Guy about the movie, I thought it was bogus, so I never bothered watching, but it was actually really good. Not that Family Guy is the news, but, Peter Griffin ain't having it, then, that's it.
Peter Griffin is making fun of it on Family Guy, then it's gotta be something not to be watched. No, it was a good movie.
It was really good, and I enjoyed it. I didn't know what to expect, but after watching, the whole gig is after Queen Latifah's character, Georgia, learns of this terminal illness that she has, she decides to sell all her possessions and all her shit and cash in her bonds and everything and just live it up and take a trip for this last time, since she only got 2-3 weeks to live. So she goes to this posh Central European hotel that you got to take a helicopter to, and all this.
It's up in the mountains.
It's up in the mountains and stuff. And yeah, she's doing it.
Yeah, she works at a department store. I love how she sings in the church choir, but she's kind of very timid in the beginning.
Yeah.
She established that she's not well-to-do because, she's using the coupons to buy things in the grocery stores. But she loves to cook, and she's following Emerald on TV, and she's making all the food, but she doesn't even eat them. She cooks it for other people, and then she'll eat a lean cuisine, and it just kind of goes to show the kind of person she is. She's no frills, even though she does enjoy it. She's got this book, right?
Yeah, called Possibilities, and it's she has cut out her face and her little secret crush's face, which is Sean Matthews, who works in the department store, and puts it on this little scrapbook, marriage and kids and family and future and all that kind of stuff. So she's just living fantasy through this book that she's hoping to, make come true.
Yeah. I mean, it's a little mood board for what you want to get out of your life, right?
Yeah.
Little does she know.
Because
she was flirting with LL Cool J at the department store, and she knocks her head, and she kind of passes out, and they rush her to the hospital. They do a little CAT scan to make sure everything's okay, and they reveal that she has a very rare virus called Lampington's disease, and she's got lesions on her brain, and they only give her 3 weeks to live. Dun, dun, dun!
Girl, okay, so let's talk about this CAT scan machine, though. They already set the premise that it was a hand-me-down CAT scan machine. It wasn't even brand new. I don't know what kind of hospital this is, but they got this donated or whatever CAT scan machine in, and she may not be all that she's cracked up to be. So, just so you know.
Yeah. We find out later that it was a false diagnosis because this machine keeps presenting lesions on anyone's brain.
Everybody in the same spot.
Till little thumbprint, little lipstick mark on the camera, I guess, in there. I don't know how those things work, but I'm assuming they're really the thing is, like, their insurance won't cover her whatever.
It cost
surgery.
$340,000 for the surgery, and like insurance ain't covering
and
that.
that's without anesthesia.
Right. If you don't want to feel it and you want to be knocked out, that's gonna be another $100,000 at least. You know. So she has a come to Jesus moment at church and buys her a ticket to Prague and liquidates all of her money from the bank.
Yeah. She has like a little Jesus is a biscuit moment in the
Yes,
church.
Yes, she does. And she punches it, honey. She's like, I'm out of here.
She's like, you know what? Screw this. Like, I only got a few weeks to live. Let me like finally do some of these things that I want to do in my possibilities book. So she like is in this plane. Like, she's getting smushed in economy class. And then the flight attendant's like, well, if you had bought yourself a first class ticket, you would be sitting up in the front in one of our cocoons. And she's like, yeah, how much does that cost?
How much is the cocoon, honey? She was in a cocoon. She was like Jasmine Masters in her cocoon, girl.
So she's flying like she a Diamond Elite. She's up in first class. They have a full Thanksgiving turkey, a Christmas turkey.
Right.
She even takes a helicopter from the airport to the hotel where she lands on the roof, and like everyone at the Grand Hotel Poop.
Oh.
That's what the Dream Hotel's called. The Grand Hotel Poop.
Poop.
Is that how you pronounce it? She says.
Because it's the shit, girl. That's why.
And everyone's like, ooh, who's flying in a helicopter? And the people are like, oh, well, the last person that came on a helicopter was Sir Elton John. Yeah.
Right.
She must be rich.
Ooh, yeah, right. Well, she was, but based on how she's spending the money and her zero fucks attitude, everyone thinks that she is really somebody that like owns some shit. And she's just like living out her last days, really.
Yeah, her entire life savings. She's like, well, I got 3 weeks. Let's blow it in one trip. Why not?
Let's do this.
Latrice, if you found out that you had 3 weeks to live, what the fuck would you do?
I actually thought about it. I was like, oh, I don't know. I guess I would have a moment like that, I think. I'm like, well, bitch, fuck it, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, you know, you only live once and I'm about to die. Let's do this.
Yeah,
and
I mean, she doesn't have any children or adopted children that she doesn't need to leave any money in their will, like Joan Crawford and Mommy Dearest. So she gonna blow it on a trip that she's been looking for, like she's been dreaming about, which I think honestly, I think it's kind of odd because she's like from Louisiana, and of all the places that she could go, she wants to go to some mountaintop resort.
But I mean, think about it. Like she always was dreaming. She always dreamt outside the box and saw herself in a bigger, broader life than she was in. Like she was trying to live her fantasy. So yeah, why not go to Prague, girl? Like, you know.
I guess it changes scenery. It was also like Christmas time, so like why not go to the snowy mountains and celebrate Christmas? I like the that one part, that very Pretty Woman moment where she goes and she does that shopping montage. I'm a sucker for any montage where they play like some cheesy music and they go in and out of the dressing rooms. But what do you think of these like early 2000s fashions, girl?
Oh, girl, well, I was like, okay, but they look like they had some cute little fashions that fit Miss Latifah's bodies. Miss Georgia she was banging, honey. She was looking real, real cute and stuff. I was like, yes, for the red dress. Yes.
Yes, for the tinted sunglasses with the Gucci print. Yes. With the Gucci print on.
She was turning it, bitch. And then she took herself out to dinner, honey, like you're supposed to, honey.
Yes.
And girl, she ordered up the entire chef's special menu.
Oh, I love this scene. First of all, the chef is played by Gerard Depardieu. And he is hilarious because, like, in the beginning, we see like the other table, which has like a few of the other characters now that are going to be like some important politicians, like executives or whatever, and they're like, they're like, oh no, we want us without dairy. Oh, can you make sure that this is on the side? Ooh, 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 ooh. So then, the chef is a little bit like, ugh. This is my art. This is my creation. And then when he gets the order from Queen Latifah, he's like, oh, yes, I like this person. So, he already is like, oh, okay, so he can make whatever he wants for her. Because she's like, I only got a little bit of time, and he doesn't repeat the menu ever. So let me just order everything.
Everything. Let me get it all right now since I ain't going to get another opportunity for this. So she did a damn thing, honey. But while they're all gagging because, I forget the dude's name. What's his name? Mr. Cragen?
Cragen, yeah. Yeah, he's like the owner of the department store where she used to work before she quit.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's all like feeling like he knows the chef and he's going to have the chef come over to his table with the politician and the whole, just show off and floss,
Yeah.
Bitch, the chef had no time for her.
Yeah. He's like, no. You wanted the sauce on the side. So I'm gonna sit over here with the girl who ordered everything for herself. I like her.
I like her.
And that made everyone be like, who is she? Who is she?
Yeah.
Which like just really kind of, and she's not telling anyone. She's keeping it nice and to herself.
Yep.
I like when she goes snowboarding.
Girl. See, that's the part in this Family Guy that they show her snowboarding, and I was like,
"Oh, really?
Yeah."
What do they do on Family Guy?
Because they're like, he was making a reference about how something has how they do cutaways. I haven't seen something like this since the last time I saw Queen Latifah in
Last Holiday.
Last Holiday, and then they show her snowboarding down the ski chute, and I'm just like, oh my God, no, she's not doing that for real. And then. Bitch is on a snowboard, honey.
It's pretty much like the holiday special with RuPaul where they had the body doubles and they don't look anything like like when RuPaul is like doing the splits and duck chopping, and you only see her from behind. That is totally this. Like you can see that like it's probably a man snowboarding.
It's definitely a man. Look at those quadriceps, bitch. Like I see it, but never else. It was hilarious watching her go down this ski slope.
Well, she's doing all these things like these like risky things. Like she like did the snowboarding down the Black Diamond the route, and then she did base jumping.
Base jumping, yeah.
Where Mr. Cragen is like, I'm gonna do it too. Like, let's do it because he wanted to take his friends to go to some like glass factory, and they're like, no,
right.
Let's go watch her do base jumping off this dam. He chickens out, but it is pretty funny to watch.
It's totally funny.
I don't know if I only had a few weeks to live that I would be jumping off of anything.
I'm not going to escalate the situation and expedite it by jumping, bitch. Like I'm scared of heights as it is, and I probably would have passed out and couldn't pull the string because my ass would have been passed out and I would just plummet to my death.
Well, meanwhile, back in New Orleans, Sean is now searching for Georgia because we didn't really know what happened to her. She just like upped and quit and disappeared. And he's kind of had a thing for her from the beginning of the movie, even though she kind of has a thing for him, he kind of has a thing for her. She's kind of both of them are too chicken shit to say anything. So now he's trying to find her. And I think the doctor is also going through it because he's stressed out because she was
for having to tell her the news. Yeah.
Yeah.
He was a character. The doctor was a piece of work. He was unstable too.
And more shenanigans with Miss Georgia in Last Holiday right after this break.
Oh my God. Okay, so now you got Sean looking for her. The doctor's freaking out because he didn't tell her some horrible news. He's not dealing well. So they all wound up going to this charity casino night.
Yeah.
And girl, it was 17 black wins big on the roulette table 3 times in a row. Now, when does that happen?
In movies.
Okay, because I was like,
I love it.
bitch.
But what's really cool is to see that like her energy, because Georgia has been like very reserved her whole life, and now she just like balls to the wall. Any like big risk thing, she's gonna do it. So like who cares if she blows all her money at the craps table, or at the roulette table? So she just puts it all, and then everyone's like, oh yeah, like she seems confident. Let's all do it, and everyone wins.
Everybody's winning. $100,000.
Except for Mr. Kraken.
Except for Mr. Kraken. Well, girl, you know what? Actually, not only in movies, I had a moment like that too, where
Really?
I wasn't playing roulette, I was playing blackjack. And I didn't know what the hell I was doing. I'd never really gambled before. And there's like this little spot that you have to put on, like, you could put in for the double down or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't know. Like, every time the man would, like, I would win, and then he would, like, just scoot my chips over to that little box. And I would just leave them there. And so I would win again. And then he kept putting more chips. I was like, ooh. And then Shangela came up. And she was like, ooh, girl, Miss Thing, you big spender, honey. You doubling down. I was like, doubling down? What you talking about? She's like, you put all your money down and it doubles every time you win. I was like, oh, no. That's not what I meant to do. So I pulled it. I scaled that all way back, bitch. And then I lost. And I was like, ooh, cashing in. I won $500 though.
$500? I mean, it's not what Georgia wins. She wins like the equivalent of $100,000.
Yeah.
Which I think is sickening. I mean, it's already kind of pretty much paying. That $100,000 is paying for her vacation right now. Because I'm assuming that because the surgery cost over $300,000, that she probably cashed everything. She probably didn't have. She didn't have $300,000. Otherwise, she would have gotten the surgery, right? So
I don't know.
So I'm assuming she probably spent about like $100,000. So she's breaking even at this point.
She's breaking even probably. Yeah. Why not, bitch? But
well, everyone is really curious about this, and I love this because it's everyone wants to know who she is, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's very similar to Home Alone 2, where like they're trying to figure out like how Kevin is staying at the Plaza Hotel in New York City.
Right.
Mr. Kraken is he pays the butler, this like very strict, like, very like German looking woman, to go through her stuff and to kind of tell her to tell him who this person is. How does she have this money? How does she have this power? Who is she? But she's going through her stuff and she finds this note that Georgia wrote, which is a handwritten burial instructions. And she's like, if you find this note, my disease will have run its course and I want to be cremated. And all of a sudden she's like, oh shit, cat's out of the bag. Now she's telling everyone on the staff like what's going on.
Right.
So now everyone's, she didn't want anyone to know, but she's like, everyone kind of like now knows like, okay, she is just a little shop girl. But let's be nice to her because she's been nothing but nice to everyone. She's brought in like this breath of fresh air into like this rich hoity-toity hotel where everyone's flexing and flossing. And she just comes in and she's like a regular person just like everyone else. But she's just being really nice. So everyone loves her.
Oh my God. Yeah. And then everybody's team Georgia, and I was so glad to see the switch happen because Gunther was a hard ass. She is a hard ass, but you see her soften so fast when she realizes that this person is living out their last days. And so on New Year's Eve, Georgia decides that she wants to leave and go back home to die. Just as Sean has taken a flight and a car and trying to get over through the snow and the avalanche happens. He is trying to move mountains literally to get to her. And just as Sean is arriving at the hotel, he finds her. But like I said, there's a big old avalanche in the road. Yeah.
There's a scene like Georgia gets to help Chef Didier in the kitchen. And, she's a pretty good chef, right?
Yeah, she's self-taught, but she has learned, honey, her way around the kitchen.
Yeah. So there's a little cute moment where they're like cooking a feast and oh my God, it is just shot after shot of delicious looking food. I was watching this
my
movie
God.
and I had to get up to the fridge a couple times just to get a snack because it was making my mouth water.
I was like, is this what the buffet at the cruise is supposed to look like at the last night? Like that, you know how they had a big going away dinner. I'm like, is this what we were supposed to get? Never happened. But bitch, the food, the spread. Oh, yeah, my nipples were definitely salivating.
Mm-hmm. Whoever was the food stylists on this movie did a fantastic job.
Yeah.
It just looked like all of the food I wanted to eat. It was just like random stuff, and I'm just like yum 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 yum
It
yum.
looked expensive too. Mm-hmm. But she got a full shout out, for helping out and, an acknowledgement and stuff. And so I think like the chefs and her relationship was like my most favorite, like, they had a little side romance, like in the kitchen. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was really cute and endearing.
I mean, it's really great because like it is like one of those things where it is about like the indulging of things. It's not just there for sustenance. It's there to really eat the food, enjoy the food, enjoy life, enjoy the moment. And that's kind of like what the whole food thing represents, especially because in the beginning, even though she was interested in cooking the food, she wouldn't even indulge it in herself. She would eat the lean cuisine because she was and then she would serve it to someone else. So this is like the moment where it's like, okay, like live in the moment, eat that, fatty butter, stick of butter in your pasta, like whatever.
And then you have the shady ass Cragen, who, in front of everyone at the dinner table, he outs Georgia. And
oh, yeah, because he finds out from Gunther that she actually works for him at the department store. And so he, like, does this full-on, like, ha, 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 I know who you are, blah, 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 blah. And then
she stands up and she tells it just like it is. She owns it, honey. Yes, I do work for you, or I did work for you. But she gave a whole big old speech about being grateful for her life and her experiences. And, of course, everyone falls in love with her, and he still looks like an idiot.
Yeah, because she says that, at this point, does she say that she's dying?
Well, I think that the cat is out the bag at this point, and everyone knows, but he doesn't really care. He's more concerned about her being a fraud or presenting herself as somebody else, but she didn't. She never said any of the things that they assumed.
Yeah. But good news is that the doctor, he now realizes like this far into the movie that it actually was the machine's fault and Georgia isn't actually dying. And so he's trying his best to like fax the hotel. But
right, because he did a CAT scan on himself. He put himself in the CAT scan and it showed the same 3 dots in the same exact places.
Yeah.
And he was like, no, I'm not dying.
Georgia was dying, but not me. I can't be dying.
So this can't be right.
Yeah, so like then like he faxes the fax. Obviously, like it gets buried or it falls on the floor, and so no one really sees it at first.
Right.
But Cragen is feeling like, oh shit, I've just been a huge asshole this whole time. So he like is being extra and dramatic. So he's like sitting on the ledge, like ready to jump.
Right, he was. So everybody comes out to see what the hell going on with him.
Georgia comes out and she's like trying to talk him off the ledge,
Yeah, as she would, And then, of course, Sean shows up to tell her that he loves her.
Oh, finally. He made it up the mountain.
He made it up the mountain, and then he's calling. He's like, Georgia, and she's up on the ledge. And, oh, my God, I thought it was so sweet. It was so cute. It was like a young LL Cool J.
Yeah, right? They make such a cute couple in this movie. Like, he's all like licking his lips and whatever.
Which I was like, she wants them soup coolers, baby. She wants the soup cooler, honey. I know she's about a different way right now, but who don't want to kiss LL? At least once.
At least once. Yes, even if you don't go that way. Yeah, he's like, I don't care if I just want to be with you for 5 minutes or 50 years. It doesn't matter. You know, I think that's really,
So
really sweet.
What a
Yeah,
sweet line.
like when you realize that you have limited time, all of a sudden it really just kind of puts a fire under your ass to like, really like live with no regrets. And I
None.
think that's really kind of like what this whole story is about. They eventually find the facts. They come out and deliver the good news. Georgia isn't dying. Happy ending. Everyone's come around. Everyone like learned their lesson, and yeah, it's a happy ending.
It's
right?
a happy ending. I think that it was just sweet, just really sweet and cute. And it did have a lot of messages, you know, live. You have one life to live.
I liked Chef Didier's saying about the onion. He's like, he says, or the turnip, right? He's like, it's not about where you begin, it's where you end up. You know? And I think that's a really good lesson. Because, like, you know, she started out as like a plain whatever, you know, in the very back of the choir. And now she is living her life to the fullest and changing people's perceptions and how they even do their own lives. The movie ends with Georgia back in New Orleans, and she's got her very own Georgia's Joint Southern Kitchen.
Yeah.
And everyone's there, including Emerald Lagasse from
Yeah.
TV. He makes a little
Bam.
cameo. Bam.
Yeah. It's really awesome. Oh my God. So let's take a little break and then we'll come back and do our chops and chops.
Yes. We're back!
Woo! We're back, and now Miss Georgia's Book of Possibilities has turned into her Book of Realities. And, you know, Georgia had to mirror this film, didn't she? Like,
oh, yes, she did.
Wigs,
Yeah, they had her in a...
honey.
What'd you think of these wigs, Latrice?
I'm trying to remember them all, girl, because, like, I don't...
Because it starts out with her hair just kind of like slicked back into like a little bun, right?
Right.
In the beginning, very tame.
Yeah.
But like, then as like, you know, she starts to like, you know, be coming out of her shell and whatever, she gets a little bit more fancier wigs, you know.
Yeah. Some lace fronts.
And like the film lace fronts, you know, like the really
HD.
with a little baby
yes, honey.
HD lace fronts.
That age.
The hair keeps changing colors,
too. Shapes, lengths. Well, that's just like a black woman. That's like real life. It ain't no different.
That's true.
It's like,
yeah.
You know.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So,
A hairstyle for every occasion, right? She's got her
it's a move.
her base jumping wig. She's got her going to the fancy dinner wig. She's got the sitting in the spa wig.
Yeah. A wig for every occasion.
I love this movie because it's like it has like a romance quality to it. It's got a rom-com vibe, but she's not falling in love with someone else necessarily. It's more of like falling in love with yourself and learning to just live your life to the fullest, and that draws the attention of other people to you.
It's magnetic because, you know, when your confidence, you know, attracts confidence. Like, people are just attracted to like someone who seems self-sure, self-aware, and they're doing things and they have no regrets. And you just like, well, bitch, I want to be like that too, you know?
Yeah, and she does it all with such kindness. Like, the mistress of Mr. Cragen, the redheaded girl, she was kind of a little bitchy in the spa in the beginning, and then Georgia walks up to her. She's like, "Oh, you don't need to be like that." And all of a sudden, like, bam, like her completely changed how she was acting. And, you know, she was like, "Oh, the reason why your neck hurts is because you've been sucking that dick of a married man."
God, she read her for points, honey.
She's like, "Is that obvious?" I'm like, "Girl, she walked in on you guys making out in the elevator.
Like, how obvious is that?"
It was kind of nice to see, like, even the hardened butler Gunther, whatever her name was, she softened up because of her. Like she still, I mean, I gotta say, like, she still did like give all the information to Mr. Kragan. Like she didn't.
Well, she did, but she was like, well, she didn't say everything, but
Okay.
she did say, she didn't tell him she was dying. She just said, she works with you, that's it, that's no more information. That's it. That's all I know. That's all you know.
That's all you need to know.
That's it.
That's so
And
funny.
It was good. It was good.
Yeah, and even that hard ass, she became like soft and loving character, and it was.
She changed the whole entire vibe of this poop hotel, you know?
Would you go visit the poop hotel? The Grand Hotel poop.
It seems like it's the shit, girl. I might have to take her, you know, but I'm not. I'll be like her. I have to helicopter in because that seemed like a hell of a drive up the mountain.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Well, I mean, at first, I like it. Because it was so easy for her to get there with the helicopter, I didn't realize that you had to travel up the side of a mountain, like with avalanches and stuff.
I'd rather do the helicopter.
Yeah,
take my chances with that.
That little town was so adorable.
It's like a little Santa's village, like in the North Pole or something. That's what it looked like.
Well, I would say it's a good thing that she had won at the gambling night the $100,000 because
could you imagine getting the news after you done blew all your money talking about, oh no, girl, you're gonna live? How? I would kill myself. Like, what?
We're going base jumping again. Skip the parachute.
Forget it, bitch. Now I have nothing to live for, bitch. I didn't spend it all. Oh my God, could you imagine? That would be horrible.
I feel like that would be like the biggest regret if like she didn't win the money. Like, I mean, luckily like it's a movie, so they can write that into the script that she wins all this money. But damn, there would have been a different ending if she had found out that she blew her entire life savings. I'm pretty sure that LL Cool J's character, who I think also quit his job at
Two broke bitches, bitch. Two broke bitches. What we gonna do together? Rub two nickels together, girl. We can't even get home.
They can't even fly. Yeah, they can't even fly home, bitch. They gotta walk back down the mountain again.
Damn.
All right. So what's your tops and your chops, Latrice? Like, you've never seen this movie, so there's got to be something that you just fucking loved.
Well, I just loved the message of the overall film, like what Georgia was doing. You know, when she found out that she was dying, like she realized that she has not lived. And so she decided to go for it. Balls to the wall, blow it all. You got one time to do this. You know, you can't take it with you, you know. So what am I doing? So I love the overall message, which was to just, you know, to live your life and to experience things and don't be scared to be bold. And she just did it.
She did.
She did it.
Tops. My top is I love the food stuff with Gerard Depardieu. I also just love saying Gerard Depardieu.
He's the chicken guy, Purdue. You got the Purdue chicken? No.
Maybe. He's always been one of my favorite actors. For like My Father the Hero, and he was in 102 Dalmatians, I remember, playing a very similar character, I think. He's my favorite part.
Oh,
like,
good.
I just thought it was he was fun, and I really like his little message with the onion.
Yeah.
About saying, like, you know, like it's not where you start, it's where you
finish.
eventually
Yeah,
end up.
yeah.
You know? What about your chop?
Oh, my chop. I'm chopping the CAT scan. But if we didn't have the CAT scan, we wouldn't have the movie. But I'm still chopping that secondhand, thrift store, hammer-down, bogus CAT scan. Like, you put every...
Yes, Queen Latifah, if you find out you're dying, you gotta go get yourself a second
That's
opinion
the
or
part.
something.
Yeah, because, like, you just took it on word, honey, that's it. I'm like, I'm going to need somebody else with a different machine to tell me this. Yeah.
I'm going to need a second opinion.
For sure.
All right. That's definitely choppable. But yes, of course, if it didn't happen, we wouldn't have had a movie, etc. I want to say my chop is the fact that LL Cool J was wearing clothes the whole time because he didn't even get to see his pecs.
Well,
you know?
Yeah.
I think he only licked his lips once in the whole film.
How dare he?
So that's definitely a choppable moment.
The nerve, the audacity.
I gotta say, like, my real chop though is the little. It's the shopping scene was a little bit lame. I would say. Like, I know they were trying to do that, you know, like
Montage,
having some Hillary Duff song playing in the background while she like jumps out of the changing room. Now, I didn't mind the fashions, but I just felt like it could have been a little bit more extra. I'm a drag queen, so like, you know, that's like my favorite thing is like trying on the clothes.
Well, if you could shop and have clothes in your size, then yeah, that would be enjoyable. But
well, I mean, it was a movie starring Queen
so
Latifah,
they
so I'm
had
sure they would have
the wardrobe.
pulled the right
They
clothes.
pulled it.
Yes.
They pulled it.
Okay, no, actually, my chop is going to be LL Cool J not licking his lips enough.
Damn.
He's always licking his lips. I'm just like watching him the whole time, like, Anyway.
You are a piece of work. And this was fun. I actually really enjoyed this movie, and I'm gonna have to like ignore Peter Griffin from now on and still just
there might be so many films
I have not watched because Peter was making fun of him. So I will do better by that. But that is it for our movie club of this week. We'll be back Thursday for our all audio only episode.
Next Tuesday, we are going to be watching the Christmas classic, White Christmas.
Now, why does it got to be White Christmas?
I have absolutely no idea. I have no idea.
Well, it's appropriate because we're watching White Christmas. My show, Why I Gotta Be White Christmas, is next week as well. So, yeah, if you guys haven't gotten your tickets yet, go to Eventbrite. Why I Gotta Be White Christmas, Latrice Royale, starring Kennedy Davenport. It's next week. It's this week. By the time it's this week. Okay, so okay, well,
get
your tickets.
It's
happening now. Get your tickets. Thursday, Friday, 3 p.m. and 8 p.m. on Thursday and 8 p.m. on Friday. Get it.
Fabulous!
Yay! Thanks so much for listening to The Chop.
Make sure you guys subscribe to our show. You can rate and review us on your favorite podcast app, and we have new episodes every Tuesday and on Thursday.
Yes, and you can send us an email, and we might read it on the air. Just email us at latriceandmanila@gmail.com.
And please follow us on our social medias at Latrice Royale and at Manila Luzon.
And we will see you next week to find out
who or what gets the chop. The Chop is intended for entertainment and informational purposes only. All names, pictures, and media clips are registered trademarks and or copyrights of their respective trademark and copyright holders.
Forever Dog.
The Chop is produced by Forever Dog and Moguls of Media.
Mom.
Hosted by Latrice Royale and Manila Luzon.
Produced by Big Dipper.
Mixed and mastered by Will Pitts.
Executive produced by Willem Belli,
Alaska Thunderfuck.
Brett Boehm,
Joe Cilio.
and Alex Ramsey.
Our theme song is The Chop by Manila Luzon and Latrice Royale.